As the scapegoat of the family, you will feel disdain. You'll feel contempt. So thick it's in the air. This negative vibe at you, coming from not one family member, not just two family members, but the vast majority of the family members. And this was me for like 30 plus years. Like, what's going on? I must have done something. So then from that, you keep your eyes and your ears open to figure out what it is that you've done. So then you'll hear something. I'm selfish. Okay, what did I do that made me come across as selfish? Some more scratching of the head. And then so you get bummed out. Maybe a year or two goes by, you're dealing with this, can't really figure out why you're being named selfish. And then you hear something about gift wrapping, that you don't wrap the gifts right. Wow, can it really be that simple? So then you follow what you're supposed to do with gift wrapping. You pay the $12.95, $15.95, $18.95 to get it wrapped professionally. And then, darn it, it's still in the air, thick. Christmas Eve, especially your birthday. Wow, it's really coming on even heavier. So then you hear something about cards, about you're not giving the right kind of card. It's like, but I spent like an hour or two drawing pictures and making them myself, but that's frowned upon by my family members. Oh, you have to get papyrus cards, or I forget exactly what the name was. So you get the papyrus. Still there, that's not working. A couple more years go by, scratching your head. Then let's see, what else can it come down to? What else is there? Not enough gifts, not expensive enough, not the right brand names. So then you really start taking mental notes. You know exactly what brand names everyone has to have. You get the brand names. You start getting more gifts. Heck, it can come to a point, like it did in my case, where you're spending several $100s every occasion. Got to the point where I was coming in with a bag like Santa Claus. I had a huge garbage bag filled with gifts for just 5 people. I would get 2 or 3 gifts per person, extremely expensive. That didn't work. Then you notice when you're shopping one day with your family members and you're maybe a professional, you wear dress shoes, slacks, collared shirt to work, and you need a new belt because your belt is looking really haggard. So you spend $14.95 on a new leather belt. Next hour, everyone's criticizing you about how selfish you are, that you spent that money on yourself. Scratching your head. I'm a professional. I need to keep up. I need to have a nice, presentable appearance at work. Why is this deemed selfish? It never ends. It took me over 3 decades, 35 years plus. It never ends. It only gets worse. So, it's working, right? The message is you are of no value. You have no account. Why? Why is that the message that no matter what I do for decade after decade after decade, why do I have no value? And it can really, really hurt your self-esteem. It can really, really, really F with you. I hate to even use the initial, but it just is a mind game that is designed to cripple you, and it can. And so, because it's somehow or another, you're not kissing ass enough. You're not going along with all of the unwritten rules. So you can try to fake it, but they can see right through it, because if you try to play along and you try to give them the compliments they need when they need them and really praise them, if you're not an extremely good actor, if you're coming across 95% authentic, they can notice that it's not 100% authentic. And that'll almost make the abuse worse. Just to use an example, my sister-in-law went from driving a huge Chevy Suburban, car gets literally like 4 gallons to the mile. And she was copying one of my cousin-in-laws that had a huge Chevy Suburban, red, big, looked like a fire truck. And then she went and got one. And then she went from that, after she had that, she got a teaching job. Very, very liberal, right? Environmentally conscious. So she went from that, 4 miles a gallon, 5 miles a gallon, to a Toyota Prius hybrid. And I kind of joked at the dinner table that should win over some of these liberal-minded teachers at your work site, That'll help you fit in real well. Oh my gosh. The SHIT hit the fan, but it's because I wasn't sensitive enough, You've got to go along with the facade 100%. I had no idea that I was just like stabbing her with a knife and twisting it. Everyone wants to fit in with work. I didn't think that was that big a deal. Everyone wants to, if, you got these real environmentally sound, bleeding heart liberals, okay, you got to go along with that. That's playing the game, especially with coworkers, right? So it's not that you weren't valuable. It's that you weren't able to totally take the spine out of your back, just pull it right out, and just become a spineless jellyfish, just moving to whatever whims they have and just always selling your soul, selling yourself out, and just worshiping and praising these people. For the last 3 years before I went no contact, every time my mom and my stepdad were around me, they were telling me that I need to praise my mother more. Why don't you see of what incredible value she is? She is the most incredible woman on the face of the earth. Don't you see that? I would just be like, why do they always beat me over the head with how incredibly valuable my mother is? I don't understand, I love her. I get her gifts. I compliment her every time I see her on how good she looks. I'm nice. I laugh at her jokes. I'm pleasant. what am I supposed to do? Am I really supposed to buy her diamond rings every time I see her? Am I supposed to... I couldn't figure out, what am I not doing? What am I supposed to do? I just don't, you have to just literally compliment them nonstop. Just say they're the most wonderful person. And it has to be authentic, though. So how do you walk that fine line when you're a genuine, authentic person? You can't. So it's best to just go no contact. Because if you are a genuine, authentic person, you're not going to be able to make that appear good enough. That act is not going to be seen as valid in their eyes. Unless you're someone that really is like them and you wear a mask. Every morning when you get up, like a woman goes and puts makeup on in the morning, you have to psychologically prepare yourself. Okay, who am I again? What roles do I play? How do I fool the whole world that this mask I'm applying right now is me? So if you're not that kind of person, you're never going to be able to satisfy a narcissistic family. You're always going to be the scapegoat. So hit like or dislike, leave a comment. I hope this helped someone out there understand that you're not going to be able to do it if you have an ounce of authenticity within you.